Okay. All right. We're back. Hey, everybody. How you doing here? It's your buddy Uncle Bruce, Stock Markets with Bruce. It's the final hour of trading today. It's 3 o'clock Eastern time, 1 o'clock where I am out here, and we have an hour to go in trading for October the 17th, Monday, 2022. Welcome all. Stink bids save lives. Don't forget this. Stink bids save lives.
The Intact Insurance app is your.
We are watching the markets. They're up today. Okay. We're up 557 points on the Dow Jones. We've been kind of hanging around here most of the day, I have to say. We opened up, this morning with a nice little jump up, and the high of the day is 30,311. This is the Dow Jones Industrial through 30,311, and it got down to it was 29,997. Let's just call it 30,000 as a low, and 3311 is the high. Okay, so we have about a 315 point range for the high and low, and we're at 30,184. So 130 points from the high of the day, which would have been a 675, 80 point gain. And we're kind of steady. We're just kind of meandering along. The gain is 1.8% in percentage terms, and that's not the best performer. The best performing market right now is our friends at NASDAQ, up 3.3%. That's not quite double this. So really, the Dow should be up maybe 900 to 1,000 points to equal the NASDAQ market, because it's up 347, 3.3%. S&P is up 95 points, call it 96.3 now, 2.69% gain for the S&P 500. The Dow is lagging, but not, way off, but it's not quite a 2% gain on the Dow. Lots of speculation as to why. First thing I will say is that we lost 400 points just on Friday. We had a wild and wacky week last week with the indexes. The Dow was down there it was low as 29,200. Right now, 30,200. We were 1,000 points lower at one point last week. In the last month, we've been as low as 28,700. That was back on, what date would that be? September 30th, the end of September. So that September ended badly. We haven't been that low since, by the way. We haven't been lower than September 30 since September 30. We've had a rally. We tried to, get going a little bit. The market got up to 30,400 October the 5th, 12 days ago. Couldn't do it. Even this rally now, we're not higher than we were a week or two ago. So we're kind of in this range here. Will we go lower than we did September 30? I think so, but it's earnings season now, and every day, tonight after the bell, and tomorrow before the bell, and tomorrow night after the bell, we will have now for the next 3 weeks, every day, earnings for the third quarter coming up. And there will be winners, there will be losers, and there will be no big dealers, nothing burgers. And so we're going to be, torn higher and lower. I just think, though, that the trough is still a lower based trough of trading. I'll say it that way. So yeah, we'll see what's going on. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. This is a 6-month chart of the Dow now. Here's 6 months ago. This is April, all right? And here we were up here. That was 35,000 something points, and then down and up, down and up, and down, up and down, up. And now we're down here. We're meandering down here at this 29,030 level right there. So we'll see. This is the year. Look at the year. The trough is down. This is a full year down cycle. This is a bear market. We get highs, but we don't seem to get higher highs. We get lower highs, lower lows with some intermediate nonsense. Lower high, lower low. The market can't seem to break away and go because it's not going to do that for a while. That's what I'm thinking. Here's a 2-year chart where we were still coming up. That was COVID back there. Let me look at a 5-year chart. Yeah, here you go. There's COVID right there. That's COVID, the beginning of COVID. And you can see what's happened ever since. We haven't backed off yet to below COVID type numbers. You can see right here, we haven't backed off to where we were, obviously, back here 5 years ago. So you can see how this market went. And of course, you want to see the good old days, the Obama administration from 2012 all the way up. We had the Trump effect with the COVID thing, and then here and now with Biden. And you call this market whatever market you want. You want to call it a Trump market. You want to call it a Ronald Reagan market. I don't care. But this is the Dow Jones, okay? And money is made and lost because of these charts and these movements. And here we are today, up admittedly 550 points, but with Friday's loss, we're only up 150 points over Thursday's close. So we haven't gone very far, but it's better. It's okay. GameStop is $25.89. It's an okay day for GameStop. The high of the day, $26.41. We reached that a while ago, I guess, earlier this morning, I suppose. But we've been hanging around the 26 plus range for a long time, but it broke through 26 the last 40 minutes. Now it's just under $26. It's not crapping out. It's up 126. Are we complaining? I mean, if the stock wants to do this for 5-6 days in a row, it'll make all of my viewers a lot richer. Even my option writers would make a lot of money. We'll just roll up and go with the flow. Hey, let's have it. Other stocks we're watching. Amazon is up 646 to 113.36. Tesla is still up 1274 right now. It's at 217.70, but it got up to 221.80. So it lost $4. And if you've written 220s or something like 215s, 220s, 225, just sit tight. Let's see what the stock what it wants to do. These are just $12 move on Tesla is a nothing burger, and we all know that. Earnings come out tomorrow on Tesla, so we'll see how that works out. Apple 142.49, up $4, and SoFi 506, up 25 cents. HPQ is bounced up a bit. It's now up 28 cents. It was up this morning, HPQ. It sort of started off nicely at 26.29. Then it just gave it all back down to 25.40. And now it's back to 25.73. So, okay, a little better. Rocket Lab up 24 cents, 419 last trade. AMC and Ape combined are about 45 cents better off today. But you add both of those stocks together, and you've got a little over an $8 valued issue here. Not much to be happy about. Now, Moderna is up 478 today to 138.78. I know a guy that writes options on those. ME up 11 cents to 303. Matterport up 26 cents to 366. ATIP is still up, but only 2 pennies. It's at 103. It took a bit of a dive here. Now, I shouldn't have used that word dive because that gives you the impression it really dropped up. The high is 107. The low is 103. It's a 4-cent move, okay? It's up 2 cents to 103. So let's leave it at that. 500,000 traded on ATIP. Still green. SmartRent up 4.5 cents to 228. Spire is up a dime. That's a good day. $1.18. $1.18. Yeah, I got up to 121.5 today. Traded 520,000. So nice to see Spire. A little better. Give me a dime a day all week long. I'm a happy guy. That'd be just great. Good way to build a base and move it up. We're up 1.5 cents on Cyxtera. We were down a little. Now we're up a little. Bed Bath & Beyond is up 20 cents to $5.12. Pfizer, 78 cents better off at $43.64. In the last month, the low trade was $41.50. And that was just last week, wasn't it? That was October 11, pardon me. So 6 days ago. That was the low. And now we snap back here, buck, almost $2. Thank you very much. $2.15 better off. A month ago, we were as high as 45.46. So we're up, $1.80 away from the high of the last month. But we're $2 off the low. So here is the last 3 months on Pfizer. For those of you who want to get into this through Poor Man Cover Calls, it's trading at 8.4 times earnings now. So at $43.66 a share, pick up 38s, 37s, 36s, 35s, any of those priced contracts way out, and start writing on them. Your entry cost is low. You don't have to pay $4,000 to get a contract. You can get a contract. You should be able to get a contract for well under $1,000. It would be nice if you got a contract for $700. You could buy 10 of them for $7,000 and write 10 contracts at a time. Get some volume going. Look into that. Pfizer, 43.65. Last trade up 79 cents today. Boeing is up 292 to 136.15. Cisco now 41.41 today, up 121. Nice little recovery on Cisco. I know a number of viewers here who have Cisco deep in the money calls, and that's a nice little move up for your deep in the money calls. Home Depot's up 5.76. Nothing wrong with that. 282 on the stock. Wants to go higher into the 290 range. Anybody who writes options on Home Depot can take a look at rolling up into 290, 295. So a little further out. Taking some nice premiums if you need to move up there. Nothing wrong with that. Carvana is up 119. Robinhood's up 28 cents. Vanek is up 346. IBM is up 194 to 121.98. Microsoft up 8.38 today, $236.94. Still much closer to its all year low than anything else. So bargain there. Goldman 506 higher. Again, we have an update today. Do we have a breakout day? No, we do not have a breakout day. Is the bear market over? No, it is not over. We've got a reprieve today, but this can give it up pretty quickly if momentum doesn't keep coming in. If fresh cash doesn't keep coming in, it backs off. And I suspect cash will have to be drawn out of this market because of bond problems. A lot of corporate bonds are underwater right now. A lot of debt being held by institutional investors and then hedge funds and gamblers out there on leverage. They're not doing well. They're very close to the line of being called out on margin again with any kind of a pullback. And I expect pullbacks in the bond market simply because this is the 17th of October, 2nd of November, 3rd of November. The Fed has its meetings. The November interest rate rise is coming, 0.75% from the Fed. Count on it. It's going to create havoc in the bond market again, all kinds of short-term turmoil. There's going to be all kinds of margin calls in the bond market, and it's going to come into the equity market. They're going to sell the lowest quality holdings they have to hang on to the highest quality holdings they've got. That's the game. And you hang on to your AAA rated bonds above anything else, and you sell everything else below it as much as you have to, even though you don't want to. And that means stocks. And if there's pressure on stocks, then what happens is the folks who are on margin in the stock market, they get margin calls. And it's a domino effect, as we've noticed now a few times. Option writers, do not fear the upside. That is the story right now. Today, banks are leading the way. JP Morgan, Chase, and even Microsoft shares. They're contributing to most of the gain of the Dow today. All righty, there you have it. What can I say? It is the market, and that's the way the market is going. And appreciate all of you popping in this afternoon to see us. We're going to go we're going to go to a comment only for viewers, for members. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you all popping in. Thank you for the thumbs ups as well, everybody. Thank you for those. Trying to get to 100 this afternoon, and there we go. We're heading over to member only comment right now. Please become a member of this channel. Join the family here. Some of the greatest folks here on YouTube. It's always a good bunch here. A lot of advice is shared between viewers here, members to members, and we welcome you into the family if you'd like to join us. Thank you all for your support. 62 thumbs ups already in here. 38 more. We got 100. Thank you guys for this. We have 125 viewers, and they're coming in bit by bit. Oh, no, a couple more just showed up. 128. Thank you for popping in and seeing us and hanging up with us. We love it. What else is going on here? Let me know what number you are on the old thumbs up meter if you like. That would be great. Thank you. Let's see. What else is going on here? Michael, do you like debt-free companies more with rates going up, like this oil company, like on PED, which has 26 million in cash? I like. I don't mind companies that are debt-free. Of course, GameStop is basically debt-free. The critics fail to remind anyone of that when they talk about how much they hate it. The company has a nice fat cash balance with virtually no debt. I think they have like debt with the French government for $40 million. That was a COVID financing. It's almost zero interest loan or something like that. Like, I don't call that much in way of debt. Certainly not a burden to the company. But these former SPACs that I've recommended and that I keep recommending, that I never stop talking about, they're none of them are in debt. They're all most of them are sitting on really nice cash balances, actually, and with higher rates makes them more valuable. I'm amazed at how low some of the former SPACs that I've recommended, how low they trade at, because I think they're trading at cash value, and their entire business is valued at zero as far as their stock price goes. That's how oversold a lot of these issues are. But that's me. What can I say? What else is going on here? Folks are talking about some football bets and stuff coming up tonight. That's always good to go with. Good luck with you there. And what else? Wing Commander's going, hey, did you move to this place last year? This looks familiar. You see, what you folks keep forgetting is that I have these green screens, and I just deploy them from time to time for different looks. And so, I'm still in Creston. I haven't moved at all. I'm still where I was. Zed, hey, thumbs up 66. Bobby, I can't remember. Mirko, looks like a binocular watching out from the secret Chinese police. I don't know what binocular you're talking about. There's nothing here. There's just this green screen here. There's nothing to see. Everything is just fine. And there's nothing to worry about. I don't have to worry about what I say. I don't have to worry about anyone watching me. What? Oh, okay. I have to be careful. There might be some snoopy neighbors around it. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I'll take my chances. China bad, USA good. Yay! Canada okay too. All right, there you go. There it is. Let's see how that all works out. Thank you all. 539-point gain on the Dow right now. Amazon holding a 688 gain. Tesla up 1364 to 218.63. Apple up 412. GameStop up $1.20 to $25.83. Now, some of you were asking me this morning, should we consider doing any rollovers of our GameStop shares with options? I'm going to say that any of you who have options that expire this Friday on GameStop or next Friday, keep your eye on the option chains, of course, as you always would and always do. And if you get the opportunity, if you can get an opportunity to buy back calls that are expiring soon for very, nice profit. Or number two, if you can buy back calls, even if you're buying them for what you sold them for or more than what you sold them for because the shares had a good day, as long as you can sell new options, the next batch you're going to write, go along with the late November into December contracts. Go into like December 16 contracts. You can look at writing 26 and a quarters, 26 and a halves, 27s. And if you can bring in more money, that's what I want you to do. So if you can buy a call back for 80 cents to $2, somewhere in that range, depending on what it is, and you can turn around and write a call from 350 to 550, depending on which one it is, make that move. Bring in dollars. Not, I don't want you bringing in 30 cents more. I want you bringing in dollars more, and build up a cash balance in your account. What are we looking for? A dip in the market. Are we looking for a 300-point dip in the market? No. Are we looking for a 500-point dip in the market? No. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 dip in the market. That's what I'm looking for. Not saying it's going to happen any minute now. I just want you to be ready. I just want you to be cash rich. That's why I'm telling you to go out to the end of November into December. This gives all of us a month and a half, 6 weeks of time to be around with a cash rich balance, just in case this market wants to give up some bargains, real bargains. That is what I'm trying to say. Any of you have margin debits, this is your opportunity to eliminate them and get them down dramatically. You're going to get nailed interest charges that are going to rise now dramatically. You do not want to have debit balances on margin, because if we do get a 2,000 point Dow dip, over a week or so, that is going to create brokerage firms anxiety. It's going to make brokerage firms nervous with all the millions of clients they have, of which a zillion have margin balances, especially the real gamblers out there who don't know what they're doing because they don't have a broker to protect them. It could well be that brokerage houses will start coming up with lists of stocks they will not margin. And this is where you have to be careful. You don't want any stock you have in that list, because that's there come restrictions after that. So you want to be cash rich, margin debit non-existent if possible, so that you're in a position to pick up deals. And that's what we're looking for. Okay. All right. Bless you and bless you. Thank you, guys. I'm struggling. Beach Boy, Uncle Bruce, I wrote SoFi. I wrote SoFi January 2024, $10 contracts for $1.06. This is the ATIP strategy. If I'll get exercised, it's over 100% profit. So wait or get some cash off the table, or wait for the earnings. Thank you. What do you think? Well, you brought in $1.06 for tens. And obviously it's not this coming January, it's the one after that. So it's a 15-month thing. But look, the profit is the profit. You can't get that kind of profit in the next 15 months on any instrument from any kind of an institutional entity, obviously. So it's a good return. If this turns out to be the case, if you were to be theoretically exercised at 10, you just turn around and buy the stock back, and guess what you're going to do? You're going to write again. So you got the $1.06 up front, so that's $1,060 by writing 10 of these or whatever numbers. Oh, I mean, you may have written more than that. More power to you. If you're using the dough to buy more of the SoFis, okay. But really, the way I play it is if the shares have a dip between now and earnings day, for whatever reason, if it's a big market meltdown and SoFi drops with the market, goes to 425, ridiculous, but it does, you might be in position to buy these calls back for a nice little gain, throw the money back in the option market, take those options off the table, sit tight, pick up some more shares of SoFi on the big dip, which again is the opportunity of what I keep talking about with cash balances on whatever you're going to buy. SoFi might be something you buy. And okay, it goes through the earnings cycle and the market stabilize a bit, and SoFi is $657. Let's say conservatively, just does that. That's it. Okay, well, you might write the tens again, but now you might get 165. You'll do that deal. If you bought more down in the 425 neighborhood and you're writing for $1.65 on $10 contract, you're writing on those shares as well. And hey, thank you very much. May I have another? Is your motto. So you're in a powered position. I like it. Mirko, if there are allergies right now, Bruce must be on the south side of the planet where the spring is right now. Finally figured that out. He's in Australia. The plot thickens, JR. See, he's not in Calgary at all. This guy puts these backdrops back there, and then he tries to fool us, but he's down in the. Guy's down in New Zealand. He's where the hobbits are. Deuce, a Beach Boy, nothing wrong with that. I did the same strategy with Rocket Lab. JR, he keeps skipping over the thread about the binoculars. He won't say anything about it. He won't even acknowledge that there are binoculars back there. What binoculars? I don't know what you're talking about. Brian, JR, it is not stock risk, so I guess he's ignoring. I figured as much, says JR. Hey, Uncle B, do you think that's a good time to write on GameStop right now? And that a pair of binoculars behind you left shoulder. I have no idea on either front. I have no idea what you should do. What binoculars? They're just like in that. Get over with the program. There's no binoculars. I bought a couple of hundred ME shares. I sold 2 January 2025 $5 strikes for $1.05. And Cindy wants to know if there's binoculars behind me, but she won't ask. Way to go, Cindy. Picking up ME and writing fives. Nice move. Why not? 304 is the price of the stock. You're offering the stock for $5. Then you're picking up a 105. You can buy more shares. Yeah, why not? Hello, Smith. I'm number 80, Bruce, and I'm not going to mention the binoculars. I thank you, Hello, for both, for the thumbs up and not mentioning whatever it was you were mentioning because they're not there. We have 81 thumbs ups now. We need 19 more to make it to 100, and I thank you all very, very much. We're holding a 568 gain on the Dow Jones at the moment, and the market just continues to move along here. What can I say? Amazon up 705, and Tesla's up 1388, and Apple's at 142.55, and GameStop is down to 25.84, still up 120, but it was higher at 26.41 at one point during the day. So it was almost 60 cents higher than where it is now, but it's an okay day, a 122 gain. Everyone here's richer. I bet you guys, if you took a look at your deep in the money options on GameStop, how much they moved up today versus how much the options you've written moved up today, you'll notice the difference that your deep in the money call options are rising more in value than your options that you've written just from Friday to now, like on the day today. That's a pattern you're going to get used to. You're going to get used to the fact that even if GameStop went up, a buck here, 20 cents here, 40 cents or $1 here, over the course of a week or two, if GameStop goes up $6 a share, your deep in the money calls are likely $5 higher out of the 6. And those calls you wrote, if you haven't rolled them already, they might have only gone up 3 or 3.5. And they're not going up as fast as the deep in the money calls. Now, once your calls that you've written are in the money, then there's a little more upward movement. But you need substantial movement for that to really match your deep in the money calls. Obviously, if GameStop wants to go to 26.50 to 27.50 tomorrow, a bunch of you are going to start doing rollovers, rubbing your hands. You won't be able to stand it. You're just going to love it because you're going to move into higher strike contracts for more money and bring more cash into your account. But don't know if that's going to happen. We're at 25.82, and I don't know if there's that much upside. Constantine, thank you. Uncle Bruce, JR, no, that's a pair of nunchucks. T, damn, I wish he'd just adjust that wonky lampshade. What lampshade? T, number 83, by the way. 83 on the thumbs up meter, and I don't know what they're talking about with respect to the binoculars. Who knows? People are just seeing things. This morning they were seeing things, and this afternoon they're seeing things. It's amazing. But then again, it's 2022, and there's all kinds of stimulants out there, these over-the-counter prescription drugs and all this stuff. What are you going to do? All I can say is stink bits save lives. Thank you all for being here. Congratulations to all of you making some dough in this market. It's a wonderful thing. Tesla 219, trying a little run. What's the strategy? What should you do if Tesla keeps going? You ought to know. The stock will tell you what to do. If this stock wants to go to $230 a share tomorrow, wants to go to $235 tomorrow, fine. You will very willingly arrange a rollover. You won't have a problem arranging rollovers. You will write further out contracts at higher strikes and say, okay, good, go. But if the shares drop to 185 when he starts selling, because he needs $6 billion to close that deal, you'll go the other way. You go, okay, you want to back off. I'll buy these calls back for a fraction of what I sold them for. I'll write new calls. I'm easy going. We'll figure it out. We're there. We're there. Christina, I just hit it. Yeah, I'm seeing lots of green here. Deuce, SoFi stock at 508. Giddy up, rock and roll. Lots of green. Boris might be wrong or maybe was discussed already, but I think the U.S. Fed is between the hammer and an anvil inflation rate increase of interest rate versus U.S. debt bond yield. Yeah, they're going to raise rates 3/4 of a point. They're going to do it. Hello, been making a nice profit on poor man cover calls on GameStop. Slowly building my way up one option at a time. There you go. Hello, you're doing it right. This is the name of the game. I'm being approached by more and more viewers who are filling me in on how they're doing on their poor man cover call strategies. And a number of my viewers who let me know what they're trying to do is they're attempting to get as many poor man covered call strategies going. As many, they want to get deep in the money calls so they can write more calls. And the more calls they can write on whatever stock they're writing on, the more income that's coming in the front door. And as they bring income in and they're still working and saving and throwing money into the market to get another poor man covered call, like another deep in the money call and another deep in the money call and another one, they're writing and they're writing and they're writing. They're getting excited because they're beginning to figure out with pen and paper and a little old calculator that should be on your iPhone. They're figuring out, okay, if I can write a certain number of calls every week or two and buy them back at a certain discount, give or take, and then rewrite more and acquire more deep in the money calls and write additional, there's a point in time where a certain number of poor man covered call strategies will need to be done for me to get out of my day job. And for a lot of you out there, you kind of do the 2-for-1 factor. You figure out, well, you know, I take home about $3,500 a month from my job after taxes and deductions, or I take home $4,000 or whatever the number is. It doesn't matter. You multiply that by 2 and you go, all right, if I can bring home double the amount of money that I make at work by writing options, I'll quit my day job, because half the dough that's coming in, I'll take to live on. I'll spend it to live on. The other half I'll keep in the account to keep adding to more covered calls, more deep in the money calls, to write more poor man covered calls and keep growing this number so that it eventually goes to triple what I used to clear at the job, quadruple, and on we go. But the day there is a point in time where it becomes so attractive to say, hey, boss, I'll see you around. I got to go. It's been a slice. It's been a fun time here getting these 2% raises for the last 5 years from you guys, and excuses as to why I'm not getting promoted, or I am getting promoted. I'm getting these titles, you know, but I'm not getting the dough. I think I figured out another way to kind of make it work for me. And I'm going to hang out with Uncle Bruce for a while and just kind of, I'm going to go down that road because I'm seeing results. Exciting stuff, guys. Hollow, way to go. Way to go. Merkel, third quarter earnings for Tesla should have the Shanghai shutdown in there. Yeah, that could be. Kristen, I'm up 35% on this Friday's calls I sold. Should I buy back? No rush. No rush. Merkel, that can't be good, I guess. Michael, Deuce, you bought more? Deuce, Michael, not until I can get a corn check. Going to buy 4,000 more when that happens. Going to get 20 grand. Nice, says Michael. JR took off some positions on Friday at about 45%. Rewrote the positions today. They will lose a bit, but the big dipper is coming. There you go. Sell house fast. Good afternoon. I'm number 90 on the thumbs up meter, Bruce. Hello. Poor man cover calls is currently making me my old paycheck passively. Once it reaches my current job paycheck passively, comfortably, I can quit my day job, and that is the goal. So making me, so there you go. You know, it's there. A lot of folks just never thought that a year ago, when we were beginning to talk about, you know, or more than a year ago, a year and a half ago now, getting to talk about how to write call options, that this poor man covered call technique might come into play, because you didn't even know what that was. And now you've learned it, you've taken my classes and you're figuring it out, or you've had one-on-ones with me, or you've hung out here enough. And a number of you have figured out, my God, Bruce, I didn't know this, but 5 years ago, I could have quit my day job. I could have quit my day job 5 years ago with the amount of assets that I had in my savings accounts and my work student or my work savings account that I've been plowing into and all the other stuff. I combine all the assets I have and put together a poor man covered call strategy. I could have retired or could have, let's say not retired, but I could have replaced my day job with a self-employed covered call option writing job. Just the way it is now. But I know that a lot of you also admit, as do I, that 5, 6, 8 years ago, it would have been very difficult to do what you're doing now because the platforms that have been developed through these iPhones are now so sophisticated and so powerful that now we are able, you folks are able to write quickly, efficiently call options. The platform accounts, the brokers are allowing investors and viewers to do what you're doing now with cover call writing or poor man cover call writing. This now exists, and so welcome to 2022, kids. You're on the cutting edge of this business, and you're some of the first people to be able to take this leap and say goodbye to the day job. Spire is trickling to that day high. Apparently, Spire right now is $120 a share, up 12 cents. SmartRent is up 4. ATIP is up to is holding at 103, up 2. Matterport is up 26. ME is up 13. So there you go. Rocket Lab is up 27 cents. HBQ up 28. SoFi at 508, up 26 today. GameStop 130 a share, higher at 25.93. Little bump up now. And the Dow right at the moment is holding a 583 gain, and we have 24 minutes to go. Brian Hallow, this is the way. George Carlin, Richard, I am number 92. Rugman is inevitable. Yoink from Mirko. Number 96 says Nick. I'm number 96 today. JR, seems we're the only channel on YouTube where we're not running around like chickens thinking that the sky is falling when the market goes red. I agree with that. I'm pretty sure of that too. Mirko, we need a yoink emoji. Mirko, neat. JR, looks like it is sideways today. Brian, JR, are there any other YouTubers that you watch? I am curious who else is still out there other than Uncle Bruce. JR, nope, Uncle Bruce has all I need to listen to. Don't fear the upside. Splayer, we're just in the right time in the right space. Probably there's no God that makes the moon fall in your portfolio, but there is something like destiny to find something like that. Christina, Uncle Bruce tells us to keep cash on hand, and it seems like overnight I have over 10 grand for spending. Like, there you go. There's what it's all about. DQ, Alexa, don't play. Alexa, play Don't Fear the Upside by Blue Oyster Cult. There you go. We're 578 higher on the Dow. Amazon up to 113.68, up 678. Tesla's holding a $14 gain at 219. Apple's up 424 to 142. GameStop 25.94, up 131. SoFi up 26. HBQ up 28 cents. Rocket Lab up 26. Moderna up 548 to 139.42 now. ME is up 14 cents to 306. Matterport is up 27 to 367. ATIP is up a penny. SmartRent up 4.5. Spire at 117, up 9. We've got where am I here? Here we go. Sextera up 2. Bed Bath Beyond up 23. Pfizer up 76. Boeing up 324. Cisco up $1. 23% move today. Very nice. Home Depot up $5.99. Carvana up 124. Hood up 34. Vanik up 390. IBM up 158. Microsoft up 879. Goldman up 614. Google up 378. Meta up 732. Twitter up 35 cents. BlackBerry up 32 cents to 430. We have Royal Caribbean up just 44 cents to 45.05. It's given up a lot of ground today. It was as high as 46.40. Now it's back to 45. Target is up $4. JP Morgan up $4.96. Costco up $10. Walmart up $1.38. Nvidia up $6.80. Disney up $2.76. American Airlines up 9 cents. Netflix up $15. And there you have it. A few other. Intel is up 46 cents. Micron up 83. It's an up day. It's just a green day everywhere. Today is the day of a green day, but we're only 180 points higher than where we were Thursday night because we lost 400 Friday. So, most of this is just recovery of one day's drops. Nick, they took away my coffee and bagel money and pushed me into a sea of red. Hopefully there's a sell-off soon today or tomorrow morning. Right on, Nick. Nick Moore, Writers Dawn. Boris, 100 here on the thumbs up meter. Thank you, Boris. Thank you, all of you who's got me to this level. I see 103 thumbs ups now are in the house. You guys are awesome. We got 20 minutes to go. Let's go for 150 today. That would be awesome. Thank you, guys. Zed Estate, I'm going to try the Poor Man covered call. Shall I try it on Apple, GameStop, GPQ? Depends on what you can try it on. If you're going to do it on Apple, you're going to be buying calls that are $20, $30 in the money. So you're looking at, 120s, 115s, 110s, 100s. The trick of it is, of course, that if you've taken my courses, my lessons on Poor Man covered call writing, you know about the 90-10 deep in the money option rule. And you've got to learn that. You've got to understand it and then go searching for the right call on either of these stocks. Sometimes it's easier said than done. And the key to buying the deep in the money call, I think, is not only the 90-10 rule, but going way out in time. I don't want to hear people bragging about the fact that I got a 4-month contract, a 5-month contract. No. I want a 1 year and 5-month contract. I want a 1.5 year, 2-year contract. If you can buy them that far out, this takes a lot of stress off of your table, and you can concentrate on writing short-term calls against these calls. So that's what you want to be doing. Check it out, Sid. You got work to do. It's your job. You're driving your options, so it's worth it. You need inspiration? Just go for a drive around the block and then get back to work. Splair, otherwise, the dude with the 5K in Shiba, whatever, was praying to the right ones. He should be still at least a millionaire. I have no idea what that means, but I like the sentiment. Wing Commander, so Uncle Bruce is getting closer to that storage unit. Is there a chance he might grab a Yoko album? Oh, yike. JR Alexa, we need more cowbell. Mirko, Zed, aren't you writing on GameStop shares? So your decision, Apple premiums are nice too, and HPQ is really cheap right now, but premiums are also low. So that's to consider. Stark Sisters, Uncle Bruce, sitting on 10% cash now. Keep storing cash or average down on some SPACs. Keep storing cash. Keep storing cash. Get up to 20%. Get up there. Get up there. I want you folks getting used to the fact that you have cash in your account all the time. I want you folks having a nice chunk of dough in your hand. This is part of the wealth factor that I want you to build. You're building your wealth up. 100% invested is not necessarily a good idea sometimes. The key here is to have flexibility, the ability to do rollovers at a moment's notice without even blinking. A super deal comes along, great, but the key here is cash balances on top of a good set of contracts you've written. Splayer, when everyone is checking his thumb up section, we can end up at the same amount. So in the previous show, some hours ago. Interesting. Christine, well, tell the debt factor that I need cash. There you go. JR, my other account gave you another thumbs up. I think you got 110 now. This is good stuff. 112 now. I love that. We're only 38 away from 150. So thank you all for helping out. We got a 615 gain on the Dow today. Fantastic. Of course, you know what that means. The higher the Dow runs today, the uglier it's going to get later. So if it goes a little over exuberant, then there will be, you know what? The zzz noise will be coming out all over the place if we run too much here. But, just go for a jog. Go take a jog, stock market. They'll be fine with me. All my viewers here, every single viewer's account that is watching this channel likely has their asset values rising today. They're all rising today. And with GameStop approaching $26 here, great. You notice how The market is up 600 points, and the GameStop is not back to $45 a share. we're not even at 30. Yeah, we backed off a ways here. So don't fear the upside. Okay, but we'll take a gain in values. Oh, that helps. That helps with marginability. Everything else, it's great. Christina, how long will you be at this location, Uncle B? What location? I'm just in Creston. I got that thing back there. Don't worry about it. Boris, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. There you go. Christina, seems like Antigen finally found you a space where you can talk loud. I do miss hearing the snore, however. Yeah, she was not impressed when she found out that was going on. There was a definite consternation, and I had to get the helmet on, and the shoulder pads, and I had to protect myself. I had to protect myself. But what can I say? Yes, it's much roomier where I am right now. I will give you that. We're not in a tiny hotel room right now, so yeah, this is good stuff. DH, Uncle Bruce, are you back at your friend's house, the one you stayed at prior to the trip to Europe? Are you back there, Coyote? Jen found out and realized it was abuse o'clock. It's hit Uncle Brucey time. It's hit Uncle Brucey time. I'm gonna whack him in the head. I'm gonna punch him in the gut. Oh yes, it's good times. Brian, Uncle Bruce, do you miss Creston, the small town feel? I mean, I'm sure it is beautiful in the mountains. Did you have a favorite local restaurant or a coffee shop or anything like that? DQ, it's better having been. It better have been AJ snoring. Stink hits save lives. That's right. Hit him with another stink hit. Imagine her reaction if it wasn't. Ooh, yeah, she's gonna go. Who was that guy? And why is there a guy in your hotel? Where were you the other day? Nah, I don't think so. Anyway, too much fun. Do I miss the Creston town and all that? I mean, it wasn't a bad place to live. It was nothing like bad about it. What we found, though, for us was that we didn't have any relatives out there. We didn't have any lifelong friends that had been there for years and years. The last, person I knew out there was my mother. She moved out well before, and we brought her to Calgary. We brought her here. So it was certainly an interesting. How do I say it? It was an interesting feeling being in your parents' house. I mean, we bought it. We bought my mother's house, which my mom and dad both had at one time before he passed. And, we're now living in my mom and dad's former house that they loved. And thankfully, it had been heavily remodeled. And so we were in a fairly, there was still work to be done on it. There, you can always, you all know, you can always do a renovation on a house. Even brand new houses can be improved. But we were happy with the condition of the home. But, we when we were locked up for 2 years, like all of you were locked up, when they slam the door shut and say, you got to stay where you are, you sometimes go, this is not my preferred choice. If you're giving me 6 months to then shut down for 2 years, I could make a couple of moves here, but we didn't have that option. On the other side of the coin, the craziest thing about it all was the fact that we were in Creston. I was a YouTuber with my travel channel, and then the shutdown happened. That was killing the travel channel. I mean, who can travel? So all of a sudden, my views on my travel channel are slinking and dropping, just dropping up. And I created this channel as a secondary income source to compensate for the loss of revenue on the other channel. But I had no idea that the first channel would really drop off as much as it did. And this channel, it took 6 months of posting videos and, doing a few live shows here and there just to get any kind of traction and become monetized. And it was January 2021 when I went live because of GameStop and the meme stocks and everything else. And then you found me, and here we are. I mean, this whole, I mean, how did we get here is what we ask ourselves from time to time. How did we get here? I ask every one of you when I talk to you one-on-one for the very first time, I'll say, how did you find me? How did you guys ever find me? And you fill me in. And many of you have the same exact story about how you found this channel back in January, February of 2021. And so without being stuck in Creston and finding the one channel faltering, having to start the second one, and then having the GameStop thing happen, the future would not be, the present day would not be the present day at all. So it's been really something. It's really been something. Anyway, there you go. Thank you all. Let's see what else is going on. Any reason I shouldn't sell my SoFi and buy Leaps for poor man covered calls? This would only be in my account I write options with. Oh, I see. Well, yeah, I mean, theoretically, if you sold $5.06 stock and then you bought 250 calls to write poor man covered calls against, type of thing, it's an option, but it's your call. I think the shares are so cheap that, in my humble opinion, any kind of a decent third quarter financial result, any kind of financial result, and any kind of exposure in the marketplace of, hey, this thing should be $20 a share, could take us to 8-10 quick. And then you can write $10, $12 calls all you want. And or possibly you could sell your SoFi shares at $8, $10, $12, $14, $16 and then buy $5 deep in the money calls or $7.50 deep in the money calls and leverage up now your option writing. But T Hutch, it's all a question of how aggressive you need to be for what it is you're after. And for a number of my viewers who are, approaching what they're hoping is approaching a retirement age, maybe in their 50s and 60s and 70s, holding the stock is a nice, comfortable way to go. Writing options on what you got is a great way to go. And for a 507 stock, it's cheap to buy. For my 30-year-old investors and viewers, my 28-year-olds and 32-year-olds, you guys are trying to become someday self-employed, not employed by an employer, but self-managing your own wealth. Poor man covered calls might be the way and the only way to go. It might be the one way to go. And it might be that you jump on cheap calls that are in the money on cheap price stock and try to write on them to leverage up as much as you can, as fast as you can, to get to the point where you can write 50 to 100 calls at a time on something like a SoFi or on a Matterport or ME. I don't know. Again, you got, how comfortable do you feel? If you're 28, you have a different comfort zone than if you're 58, 68. You're a totally different person. And so there are those out there, I'm sure, who either watch me and are not members, who are members but don't comment very often, that might be taking some real gambles out there that they're not telling us about. And hey, however you want to handle your life, it's up to you. I'm not judging it. But I look at the comfort level and the ability to sleep at night and digest one's meal and not feel ill. Cheap stock, buy the stock. Higher price stock, go get covered, poor man covered calls, buy deep in the money calls. And as I say, if some of you out there have $20,000 to $30,000, $40,000, you got some dough, but not like a ton, but you got some dough. If you can buy $600 in the money calls on Cisco or Pfizer, HPQ, you can pay, buy $700 calls on HPQ, and you got 21 grand, you can get 30 HPQ deep in the money calls. Again, 90-10 rule being observed. But if you could be in a position to write 30 at a time, the premiums might only be 80 cents on an HPQ or $1.20 or whatever it is. But if you can clear 50 cents a contract over a 2-week time frame from shrinkage, that's $50 a contract times 30 contracts, $1,500 every 2 weeks. That's $3 grand in a month. Now, that may not be enough to walk away from your job, but it might be a real nice add-on to the job you got. And if you're working from home and you can add $3,000 a month to your income level by doing this poor man covered call strategy, and all $3,000 can go right back into buying 5 more calls at $6 a piece every month. You're going to 35 calls, you're going to 40 calls, you're going to 45 calls. You can see the exponential growth kicking in here, where you'll go, oh yeah, we're up to 4,000 a month now. We're up to 4,800 a month now. We're up to 6,000 a month now. The income is going to compound, and there will come a point in time where you'll just go, hey, you know what? We're bringing in 8,000 a month. We bring in 4,000 a month working. We can quit. You yourself can say, I can quit my own day job, or between husband and wife, one of you can quit a full-time job, or both of you are working full and part-time jobs. So you can quit the part-time jobs, only have the full-time jobs, or one of you can quit both of your jobs and the other one keeps going. You make the call, you figure it out. But there comes a point in time where you'll go, we can both quit our jobs now. We don't have to work at all. This is coming from the market now. And we have more money coming in than we need to live on, which will keep adding to this account. And now we're going to diversify into the second stock. We're going to get deep in the money calls on this stock, this stock, this stock, and this stock. I want 4, 5, 6 stocks that I write options on. That's my objective. I don't want to be in just one, but I'll be in one to get out. I'll get into one to get out because I know this stock. I know how it operates. I know how it vibes. I'll play this game, but my end game is to get out. I want out of that cubicle as soon as possible. And there you go. And you might borrow your way to buy enough deep in the money calls. You might leverage what do you have to do it. I mean, however you're doing it, more borrowing money on your house, selling your car off. I don't know. You guys have to figure out your own scenario, how you're going to do it. But a number of you are crafty and you're letting me in on what you're up to. And I say, keep it going. Just get out there. Take control of your life. There's only one go around. It's a roller coaster ride that you only get one ride on. And that's it. And so, hey, let's go on the big one. Why not? Okay. Thank you. What else is going on? Did you know about the short squeeze, or did you follow Roaring Kitty? Oh, I knew about the short squeeze. I had done a video in January 2020 about the GameStop short position, just a video, and I commented on it. The stock was $4.80 when I did my first video on GameStop. Let's see here. What else is going on? Yeah, why bother with the expiration of 2020, 24.25 when you can buy the stock for $5? This is another good comment. Very good point. Stark, I'm thankful for that one person on Reddit who recommended you, Uncle B. I think many people did, actually. Boris, Uncle Bruce, impressive how you had 8-9 hour streams during the GME bonanza. It was nuts. Christina, all right, you cool cats and kittens, got to go back to work. Thank you, Christina. Cindy B, we're down to 3 minutes now. It is way easier to average down on SoFi stock than it is to average down on SoFi covered calls. Splayer, enjoy the evening, Christina, at least if it's possible after work is done. Nick, Uncle Bruce, a quick question. I have 50,000 ME trying to average. It is right now 403. Which option can I write to get some premium coming my way? I don't know. I'm too busy with the close, but keep an eye on that option chain and look at 2024s. You may have to go out that way, that far. Deuce, 508 is the problem for SoFi at the moment. Can't get over it. Brian, Nick, that is a tough one. They don't have a lot of variety in their options, and that means you may want to wait. Splayer, looks like every bit of sold SoFi goes into SoFi buy order. SoFi, what are we at now on the bell here? We got 2 minutes to go. We're up 534 on the Dow. SoFi 506. Still up a quarter. And if it goes up a quarter tomorrow and quarter the day after that, are we complaining? Getting back to $6. GameStop, 25.93. Looked like it tried to go over 26, but couldn't hold it. Nick Moore, SoFi not going to run until earnings. That's his thinking. We got Tesla up 13.99 at 218.98. Now we're up 14.14. The Dow's up 5.46. And the S&P's up 91. Nasdaq up 339. Oil down 23 cents today. Splair, I'm thankful to the person that mentioned Uncle Bruce and eToro's GameStop comment. Still don't know how that, what happened to him. Zed, I was watching this Mo Money, and he was trying to bring you his channel. He was trying to bring you his channel because you were not an AMC fan. He mentioned you several times with some work. I found you. Yeah, Mo Money. Yeah, there were a number of guys who were slamming me pretty hard. It was not fun, and I didn't enjoy it. I'll tell you that, Nick. But if Noto even thinks the word options, oh man, what are we gonna do? Those are days. 1 minute to go, kids. We're gonna have an update on the day today, and we'll see how things set up for tomorrow. Fun is the operative word. Way to go, guys. The market is up today, and you're still getting richer no matter what. And if the market wants to go down tomorrow, you're getting richer again. So, yeah, not a worry. The 2 o'clock bell is going right now, and I think we're done for the day. Thank you all for joining us here today. So far, it looks like it's 5:07 now, from what I can tell. $25.94 on GameStop, up $1.31 at the moment. HPQ up a quarter, $25.69 is what I'm seeing here. Zed is going, who's ringing the bell? Our friend Mr. Titus must be in a meeting somewhere. The bells will come. So fear not, my friends. The bells always arrive sooner or later. Enjoy the rest of the day, says Splayer. You too, buddy. Take her easy out there, man. $25.94 up 131 on GameStop. Goaty had a pretty dang good day. Closed out one of my covered calls for an 80% profit. Wrote another covered call out of the money at the high of the day. I'm a real happy guy. Way to go. Way to go. Deuce Caboose, I'm going to go home now. Right on, Nick. It has already rung. The bells have rung. We're done. Wing Commander stepped in for Larry and has given us the bells. Thanks, everybody. Cheers from Slayer. Michael, I couldn't find the dang bells. I would have brought them up for you. It is the way it is. Another day in paradise, everybody. So much fun. Rocket Lab ended up with a 27-cent gain. Moderna was up 5.25 to 139 and a quarter. ME up 17. Matterport up 28. ATIP did gain 2.5 to 103.5. SmartRent up 4.5 cents. Spire gained a dime, $1.18 final trade. Cyxtera was up 2 cents today. Bed Bath Beyond was $5.17 up 24. Pfizer gained 79 cents to 43.66. Boeing up $3. Cisco up $1.10 to 41.30. Nice day. Carvana up 107. Robinhood up 32. Vanik up 410. IBM up 153. Microsoft up 897. Goldman Sachs up 674, Google up 360, Meta up 728. So we had some good moves today on some of our stocks. Nothing wrong with that. The Dow, as I say, up 500, looks like 553 or so. S&P up 95, Nasdaq up 354, and oil down 23 cents. Wing Commander says, sorry, I was late today. Gowdy, nice one, says Zach. DH. Everything is green in the portfolio. Halloween comes easy. Susan shops about. I am thumbs up 125 today. Thank you guys for that. I had to laugh hardly loud. Aren't you already home, Deuce? DQ, no, Larry. He must be in a meeting. He just got back, and I'm sure he's up to here with work. I'm sure. We'll forgive him for that. Plus, he's got to get used to the time change. He's back in North America. I think it's back. Unless was he today or was it tomorrow he returns? I can't remember. But it was close. So I thought it was Saturday. Whatever. We'll hear from him, I'm sure, in the next few days. Alex, good night, everybody. Michael, Larry, Lightning, and Rugman had some things to do. There you go. Yoink. Some yoinking to do out there. Bag holders had to be yoinked off their feet. What are you going to do? Folks, join me tomorrow. If you dare, if you want to make some more money, join me tomorrow. If you want to make some really good money, take my classes. You want to get stinking rich, take my classes. Join me tomorrow and sign up for a one-on-one. And that's all I can tell you. That's all I can say. What more do I have to say about that? Susan, what happens to folks with poor money cover call options if or when SoFi does reverse splits? There's a good question, too. How will all that work out? I do not know. This is why I think you should stay with stock. Rogman will be back tomorrow, says Wing Commander. DQ, Larry was here this morning. It's true. Kent says thank you. And I say thank you as well. Folks, join me tomorrow morning pre-show. As if you're a Gold Bagel member, hang around by about 8 in the morning tomorrow. We'll do the pre-trading alert, the pre-alert show. And then 8:30 will be on for everybody. And tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Tonight, 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock on Traveling with Bruce. I am live. It's from 7 to 8 for members of that channel. And from 8 o'clock on, it's the big show. And any of you would like to say hi to me tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern, pop over to Traveling with Bruce and say hi. We'll talk travel and go from there. Mirko, Larry's sitting in a coffee shop in Amsterdam. The only thing you won't get there is coffee. There you go. All right, kids, have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay healthy, stay well, and get a good rest. And we'll see you tomorrow morning on the pre-show. And let's see if we can we'll make you a little bit richer tomorrow. See what direction the market wants to go, and we'll just go with it. The money is there, and we'll let them give it to you. How about that? Okay, guys. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. We'll catch you first thing in the morning. Goodbye from Calgary.